Hi there. Welcome back to another quick and easy watercolor painting. And we're going to be doing a little bit more spring now. Spring has sort of started here in Ontario and started pretty early this year. And so I thought we would get a little bit of a head start here with some spring. So I'm going to pick up some Payne's gray and I'm just going to make a couple of streaks across my page like that. I'm not going to rinse this brush out. I'm going to put this brush into the blue and I'm going to pick up some blue, just drag it across like that, and whatever happens, happens. Don't try to influence it too much. I'm going to take this same 3/4 inch brush and put it into my Payne's gray. And I'm going to start a little bit of a tree line coming down here. So it's going to sort of come across like this. I'm going to take this little bit of this Payne's gray that's still on here and just add it as there would be a hill coming across the front like this. Okay, so I'm not going to rinse this out again. I'm just going to take this and put it into the water and right back out. And I'm going to take this, knock a little bit of this off, and I'm going to pick up some of this yellow ochre. Just put it across like that. Now you see where this has started to bleed and make trees that are sort of look like they're going way off in the distance. And that's what we're going for here. Those are going to bleed way back. We're going to punch up the saturation here a little bit. Just going to go back into our Payne's gray. We're going to touch it a little bit more, and it's going to have more color that it can bleed back into the distance, okay? And then we're just going to do the same thing here. A little bit more Payne's gray across there. And now I am going to take this brush and I'm going to rinse it out. Okay, and I'm going to knock most of the water off it. And I'm going to pick up this green. And I'm going to just touch these tree lines with that green. And that green should bleed into that Payne's gray. And just across here, we're going to do the same thing. We're going to add a little bit of green across there. Just a swipe like that. Okay, now we're going to take this brush and we're going to rinse it out. Knock it off a little bit. I'm going to dry it off a touch. And I'm going to pick up some of this. And I'm just going to tap that into that wet area there. And we're just going to let that all bleed off to wherever it is it's going to bleed to, okay? And we're going to take this, pick up a little bit more, like that, and in there. And again, you're going to let this bleed to whatever it's going to bleed into. Don't try to influence it too much. See, we're getting sort of a cool looking tree line going on in the background back there. I'm actually going to pick up some more Payne's gray and I'm going to go right to the actual color, get us some more intensity going on in here. And we're just going to let that, again, bleed into, don't try to influence it too much. And don't try to push it to where it is that you want it to go to. Just let it do its own thing. All right, we need this to dry. As soon as this dries, we'll have another go at it. Actually, before that dries, we're going to take, this is my #1 watercolor brush, and you can see I've sharpened the tip here. And we're just going to add a few things that are a little bit closer to us. So we're just going to scribe into that paint like that and add a few things to create some visual interest along the line that's very close to us here. All right, now let's let it dry. Okay, so I dried that all up with my hair dryer, and we're going to finish this up now. We're going to make this into something that's spring-like, and we're just going to put a little lick of yellow across there like that. I'm not going to rinse this out. I'm going to put this into my yellow ochre, and I'm just going to put some yellow ochre just across it like that. Don't do any more than that to it, and let's dry this up. Okay, so I took the hairdryer and I dried that up. Let's put our mat on here and see what we get. That's pretty cool. So it's just that introduction of that little bit of green, a little bit of green across here that changes it from being a winter scene to a summer scene. Look at these little blooms that we had in here to create all this foliage for us, all these blooms back in here. And then the contrast between the light areas and the dark areas, the light areas right beside the dark areas, again here. So that builds up a lot of visual interest in your work. All right, so give this a go. I'd love to hear from you. Let me know where you're from. If you're currently a subscriber, I thank you very much. And if you're not currently a subscriber, please consider subscribing to my channel. Thanks a lot for watching, and we'll see you again next time. I think I'm actually going to sign this one this time. Put my little RB down here. All right, that's it.